What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jeff, the Master Barber. As you can see, right now we're about to do number 2 all around with a taper, the eyebrows, and the goatee. So yeah, we right now we're using the magic clip with the guard number 2, and we're gonna pass it all around the head. This is just gonna be simple. Anybody could do this. So without more talking, I'm stop it right here so you can see it. So yeah, right now we about to use the Andy Slimline Pro. This trimmer is pretty good. I could have used the Bolden, the one that I put the magic clip with the Bolden blade, but just so switch it up a little bit, I'm just gonna use the trimmer. Also, this is how I do my lineup. Do it right since we're doing a taper. Now that we already we already passed number 2 all around. Now we just doing what I did in the beginning, and then now right there and now we're doing the shape up, the lineup. This trimmer is pretty good, you know, I recommend it. And like I always say, you don't necessarily have to be this trimmer. If you have a detailer, TL liner, that will work, you know what I mean, as well. Right now we're gonna use the magic clip, and we're gonna put the guard number 116, and usually the 116 with the that was closed now with the level open, and the minute that it start making that we start making another level, it's gonna make like you know, that line, but right away we open the level and we raise the line or the shadow right away. So right now we take the guard, and then we're gonna go with the less than a half. But you see why I say always brush, because after you cut, this hair that gets stick around, and you want that area to be clean so you know what you're doing. Right now we're gonna pass it that area right there. We're using no guards, and we're using the magic clip with the lever open completely, and we're gonna use just the corners. This technique, a lot of barbers do it, and the reason why they do it is just so you only grab what you want. Like if it's a little dark spot, you only use that you know what I mean, you don't use the whole blade, you use just, you know what I mean, only the corner. The corner will focus on trying to get that little part right there. If it doesn't grab it as many times that you passing it is because obviously you gotta lower the level, and you keep lowering and lowering. In this point, I put the guard 1/8, and we're gonna pass it around there. But then I start using the corners, you know, once again I start using the corner, and then I close the lever. It was open level, by the way, so 1/8 with the level open, and then when I pass it in the first time and it don't grab, then I lower the lever, and I keep lowering it little by little. I don't close it completely, you know what I mean. It's just that's how I do it, you know what I mean. And then little by little I keep passing it until I see that the blending is coming, and those dark spots is little by little is going away. As you can tell right here, it's going away, and that's what we want. And we want to continually, you know what I mean, look at how the blending is coming. Now we're gonna use no guard, and we're gonna take that part right there, because that it got some shadows right there. So we're gonna keep, you know, passing it. Once we finish doing that, we're gonna use the broom series, the brawn or broom, whatever how you say it. My English is not the best, but I'm trying to tell you what it is, which is the broom series 9. You could see it, you could get it at Best Buy or eBay or Amazon. It goes for $300. I pass it right there where I pass the trimmer, and it cleans those, you know what I mean, that area right there. It cleans pretty good. We're gonna pass it right there, and also by the mustache later on. But as of right now, you know, we're gonna pass it right there until that area right there. You don't want it to go higher, but look at that blend in on that taper. It's coming beautiful. You know what I mean? You gotta love what you do, even if other people hate on it. You know, you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay positive. You gotta make sure, you know, the one who gotta love it in the first place is the client, and after that, it doesn't matter what anybody, any other opinion. You know, they could give you constructive criticism, but that doesn't mean they still, you know what I mean, that you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? You do what you do the best. Do it like if it was God sitting in your chair, or if it's yourself sitting there, and you don't want to, you know, right there I'm pointing the blade the corners. I use it to basically tackle those corners that are really uncomfortable, especially in that area right there. So that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? And then I pass it right there, you know what I mean? I keep passing just like I did in the other side. Same scenario, you know what I mean? That once you have that first step, then you go with the 116. Yep, the 116, and we're gonna make that level set about that height right there. You know, I want to say, some people will say, oh, that's half an inch or an inch. Well, whatever you see, that kind of level. And remember, keep always this in mind. The way that I do it is not the only way to do it. If you're already used to a certain way to do it, keep doing it by any means, baby. Keep doing it the way you already know. I'm doing this for the new people, new barbers out there. They're starting and they want to obtain new technique and want to grow in the barber industry. You know what I mean? I'm putting my little of advice there and techniques and what I took from other barbers in the past, and right now it's been working to me, so I'm putting it out there. And if you see something or a certain way, you know what I mean, put it to practice and see if it works, and you put it to practice and it makes you your work easier. That's why I do this video. But I never claim that my way is the only way and the best way. Never. I'm sure there's better way than what I'm doing right now, but it's just so you see. Right now we jump into the guard number 1, the 1/8. A lot of people call it the clipper number 1, but in the numbers in the back it says the 1/8. And yeah, it was with the level open, and then now little by little we're closing the level, and we're gonna pass it in that area. We're gonna brush. We always use the brush. Right now we took the guard and we're gonna have it half open. And the reason why is because, you know, you don't want little by little, you want to keep not only just the level it help you, but also switching guards and all that. So that's what you gotta, you know, try different little things here and there, because you implement those, it definitely will help you a lot. You know what I mean? So, you know, give it a try. So right now we're gonna jump you're gonna use the shaver again, the shaver Jeffrey, what's the name of again? Braun Series 9. I know it's very hard to understand my English, but you know, you gotta understand I speak English. I speak Spanish a lot, and you know, I've been only in this country for 20 something years, and but in the area that I live, is everybody's Spanish and speak Spanish, and you know, so it's kind of hard to get a good well speaking English, you know. So I'm trying my best here, so bear with me. But yeah, also if you interested in my tutorials in Spanish, I do the same video, one in English and one in Spanish, so that way I could give a little bit more in the community. You know what I mean? Right now we're using the that was the technique, scissors over comb. Right now we're jumping with the clipper, magic clip with no guards, and we get in that corner, because in that corner is where I see the shadow. That's why I keep passing it. And notice it takes maybe 5-4 minutes just to do that side. All right, I'm gonna show you something really quick here. Look, this is the Bolden, the blade, and you notice the Andy Slimline. You see that it's double the side. That's why I put that blade on that clipper, because it's twice the size. And the engine, obviously, you know how the magic clip, if you don't know, the magic clip It's a strong engine, powerful engine, and then combined with that blade like that, it will speed up the process. Just right here, look, I already have the first step, and it's probably taking me 1 minute. Look, the one on the left is the bolding blade, and the one in the right is the magic clip. You see what I'm saying? Look at the teeth. You see the blade? It's totally different. So now what you want to do, you want to use now to do the second level. You open the level, and you're gonna do the second level, which it will be maybe what, half an inch, whatever you see that level, and you go from right to left, left to right. You pass a couple of times, make sure that level is nice and clean. You know what I mean? That right there. So once you have it right there like that, all right, once you have it like that, you keep passing it. You know what I mean? Keep passing it. Now we're gonna use the 116. All right, the 116. We're not gonna make another level. What we're gonna do is we're gonna clean right away the line that the half did. So basically, the next level is the whatchamacallit? The next level is the 116. I'm sorry, I was just doing something real quick. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Right now we have the level open, the 116 level open, and we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna open the level and we're gonna go a little higher. The stroke is gonna be a little bit more higher too. You know what I mean? But if you go lower, the stroke is just should be right on top of the line or right there, exactly right there. You see that shadow right there? We're gonna take care of that. That needs right there. Over here is straight. You know what I mean? There's no shadow. Everything looks well blended in that area. But now we're gonna use the 1/8. Right when we use the 1/8, we're gonna tackle right there. See that shadow right there? There's shadow right there, and that's the 1/8. Okay. Once you keep passing that, I'm gonna show you where exactly was the big shadow that the other side doesn't have, which is coming right here. You see, now we're gonna use the corners, especially right that corner right there, that shadow right there. You see that? So we're gonna, and then right there again, and then we pass it. We still level semi-close, but not too close, right? Now we're gonna take the level and we're gonna pass right in the line, and we're gonna close. And when I tried, it was not grabbing, so right away I closed it less than half, and we're gonna stick little by little there. The reason why I do that, when you go passing the line, right in the line, you're gonna make another line, so you don't want to go too short. You want to have levels, and then little by little you're gonna see. At this point, I open the level, and because when I close the level little less than half, it made another line. So right away I tackled the line, so you don't mess up with my blend in at top. Then in the bottom, once I go into the line, I close it completely. The level is closed, and I stay right in the level. You know what I mean? Now we switch to the shaver. We're gonna switch to that shaver, the electric shaver, which is you know, the broom series 9. It sounds like a car, broom. But yeah, you know, you don't have to be so serious all the time. You know what I mean? Just make sure you carry yourself. At this point also, I want you to notice that I'm wearing gloves. I do not, it's uncomfortable wearing gloves, but at times there's people that clients that have thick hair that gets thick and my hands usually gets thick, and I don't like that. You could get infected and so, and you know, if you get caught and you gotta open one and he got a cut too, you know, you can transmit any disease. So having gloves, it definitely prevent from having those things. Right now we're using the technique, the scissors over comb, and I'm using the oyster scissors. You can find them on Sally's Beauty Supply. You can get them on eBay, Amazon. It's great. I mean, I'm sure there's a million offer of different scissors, but this is the one that I use. We're gonna use Pump It Up, and this is a spray it frees the hair in place. It's really good, smell delicious, and it's not that it smells, but it works like magic. So basically what it is after you cut his hair it was so long, it tends to stand up. Some of the hairs tend to stand up, so you want it to be nice and flat and even. So when you put the spray and you add the blow dry, adding the heat, you know what I mean, it lays down the hair really down. If it was sticking up, it will flat it out really nice. If the hair goes that way, then you go that way with the brush, and make sure in the front, usually when you're about to do the box out, make sure, you know what I mean, get those hair in the front nice and laying down, so that way when you make you box out, or you line up, or you shape up, is you know what I mean, all the hair that are nice and flat and will not pull back or anything. I always start my lineup from the middle right here. As you could tell, I started from the middle, and then I work my way to the right, and I do it little by little. My trimmer is not zero gap, because I don't want to irritate the client's skin. I got a lot of clients that the skin is very sensitive. The way I get my shape up sharper anyway is with the blade, you know. But in the meantime, you know, I use the trimmer just to cut those long hair. That's about it. You know what I mean? I don't need to be extremely sharp. I respect if other barbers they like the trimmer sharp. I understand. I'm not saying that that's not good, but in my case, I want to just make sure that it cut what I need enough. Then the other rest I do it with the blade, and the skin of the client is not gonna be irritated or red or cut, because the zero gap, what it means is having the blade completely even. So it's really sharp. You know what I mean? When you pass it, it really makes it real sharp. But at the same time, if it's way too sharp, there's some, like I said, a lot of clients of mine, they got sensitive skin, and the minute that you pass it, you see the line red. And when you put alcohol, it's all fulfilling. You know what I mean? And you know, you want to be real careful when you do your box out. Now we're gonna pass the trimmer right there, also in the mustache. I use the hand, I put it right there, because there's some clients that keep the eye open, and then those hair that you shaving, they shoot to the eyes and everywhere, and you know what I mean. You want to prevent from those hair getting into the eyes. So see, like right now, he's having his eye open, so I cover him or whatever with the hand. But yeah, I'm using the shaver instead of the blade, because it gets really close. It really does. This machine is awesome. I'm not saying that you could use it have to be with this machine. If you have a Warhol, if you have a Andy's shaver, you could use those two, you know, whatever you have. Use what you have. Not necessarily have to be mine. I understand that it looks good and you wanted to have it and whatnot, but definitely, you know what I mean, work with what you have. You understand what I'm saying? Work with what you have, because until you get the place where you could get it and whatnot. So right now we're gonna have the client all drape. We're gonna have the napkin, the mountie, just so when we shaving and everything, we can wipe out the excess of the hair there instead of a towel. But if you want to use a towel, go ahead for it. It's just gonna dirty your whole laundry and whatnot. This is just cheaper and efficient. Right now, I was using the trimmer to trim those long hair, to shape it up, and then I clean all the area real good, and then I use the shaver again. You know what I mean? Right here, I'm using the shaver in that area right there in the bottom, just so it could get a little bit more closer. You know what I mean? And that way, you know, when I shave with the razor, I don't have to struggle or get the skin irritated or whatever. I get the most with this machine. I don't get my clients, they don't get irritation or everything. This machine is very smooth, as you could tell. It has a station where it charges and disinfect and clean itself without you just picking it up, and that's it, ready to put it to work. And that's what I'm doing right now, as you can tell. So I'm using it right now. We are about to use my favorite cream, Bomb Pro medicated olive oil, and then it is a pre-shave gel with a menthol formula. It smells like winter fresh. Yeah, it smells like real good. It smells like Canada, Alaska, real cold. You know what I mean? Just how it looked, all that blue, you know. And then I put it, especially where I pass the shaving and everything, and where I'm gonna be shaving and everything. And I rub it in, everything really nice. Get it, everything really nice. You know what I mean? Get it, and then now we're about to use. Look at my couches. I love those couches. But yeah, we're about to shape it up. This is what I was telling you, that I don't worry that my trimmer, if it doesn't cut that much or it makes it sharp. You know, right now I'm getting it really sharp with the razor blade. You know what I mean? So right here is the proof. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to have the trimmer zero gap in order to get a nice clean shape up. You know, with the razor you'll be able to get it the way that you want it. So here's the proof, and that's what I'm doing. Always use both hands, one with the comb on the left side, so that way you can scrape whatever excess of hair and whatnot. You know what I mean? And then always change the blade. The razor holder that I'm using is from Black Widow. It's really good. It's really light. And at times I like razor holders that are heavy, and then in other occasions I like razor holders that are light. So yeah, but notice how I keep the shape up really nice and crispy. Look, when he's not gonna have no sideburns, but I leave everything nice and natural. The reason why it turns white is obviously it's few things. One of them is the pump it up. It got really nice and dry, and then when it dry and you put a brand new blade and you pass it, that's what it makes it happen. The other one, it could be the shaving gel also dried up, and when that dried up, that's what also happens. And right here we're shaving the top of it. You know what I mean? Just living as natural possible, but you know, just get them cleaned up real nice. And then we're gonna go into the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna do the eyebrows right here in the bottom. As you can tell, we're gonna be getting that part right there under it. We're gonna leave it as natural possible. And yeah, this is you know, with a real nice blade. And make sure always use the left thumb to stretch the skin and everything, you know what I mean, right there too. Also we just shaving from down to bottom, because that's the only thing left to do with, you know what I mean, because we already passed the machine. So basically we're just getting the studs. At this point we're gonna shave the top of the right eyebrow right there, as you can tell, and leave it natural. Over here we're just gonna shape everything in this corner right here, you know what I mean, right there, and we're gonna leave it as natural as possible. We're not gonna push it more than where the hair start coming in right there. We don't go in, we just stay right there, and we give it the arch, the natural arch, and you see that'll give it like the style to it, and that way you can see the blend in coming in and everything. We definitely gonna do the bottom of the eyebrow too, and just like we did in the other side, very careful, stretch always with the left thumb, just stretch the skin, be very careful. And then same thing with the goatee. You know, you see that long hair, just make sure with the comb you brush it, see it's out of the way, and then start shaping it more. Start, you know, from the side, you see those studs that the machine didn't maybe grab or whatever. You go with the blade, shave it from different angle. Then right here, same thing right here in that area right there. And yeah, we're just gonna continue shaving, getting those studs, whatever I see some studs of the hair. And then we're gonna go in the bottom too, right, that area right there, very careful. Notice how my left finger is stretching the skin as I'm passing the blade. It's very, very important, you know what I mean? Just make sure you do that. You know, look at those studs. You see those ingrowing hair? Sometimes it's, you know, people have ingrowing hair. So you gotta, the only way those ingrowing hair is gonna come out is with the blade, but doing it gentle. Right now we got them set up now to do the final touches, little details, you know. I don't recommend you to wipe the blade in the hand, but since I have the glove, it's okay. But at the same time, I always just, it's a thing that sometimes I forget even to, you know, to wipe it off. But it's just the blade will not cut the same if it has some particle of hair or you know, stuff in it. You know, you want to make sure that the whatever you using the razor is clean, is everything, you know what I mean. Right here we're using the back, we're gonna get that part right there. Notice how with my left thumb I'm holding the ear down, protecting when I'm passing the blade, and also my left arm is stretching the skull, so that way, you know what I mean, when I pass the blade there too. So now we just getting those under that right there where the neck strip was, we're getting those baby hairs. And yeah, the white dust, the white dust, you can take it, I always take it off with the blow dryer, you know what I mean, once I finish. But that's what give me more detail to when I'm basically shaping or doing everything. So the final touches, you know, be very precise, be meticulous with what you do, you know what I mean. If you want that client to come back, just make sure those little things here and there, and it's shaved. So right now, what you're seeing is shaving the rest, you know, like baby hairs that the machine couldn't shave. So right now we're gonna tackle the back of the ear like that, the same way that we did on the other side. And yeah, pretty much he's basically done. So this is him before the haircut. This is how it looked, all scrubby, almost 2-3 weeks before the haircut. And then this is, it's gonna be right here. This is gonna show you right now the after. Well, actually before that, this is the Elegance gel that I like to use on my client. It's very good. Got a lot of vitamin A and V, and it smells really good. The good tester. And right here I'm adding it. As you can see, it has a little bit slight or shine. But yeah, this is him, the finished product. So this is a number 2 with the taper, really nice and tight taper with the shaver, the eyebrows and the goatee. But yeah, this is how it looks, you know what I mean. It just take your time with your client. Make sure you do what's right, you know. If you want them to come back, give them the right service. Make sure to take, you know, that's the most that I could say. Take your time. All right, have a good one. Sincerely, Jeff the Master Barber. Peace.